First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Set 18 Gator. Smooth. Move. Even. 4 down. Even. Mike 4. Go. 60 snap.
Throwing on first down. Herbert caught here by Conley. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And let's pick Alpha.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Marcus, defense, Marcus. No. Off.
6-6, pull it high.
Kill.
Hey, Charlie.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again. Herbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
A good return there, 17 yards, and the Lions will take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Two times.
Operating from the gun. Light. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
the set.
Watch Mike. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
On first down, Gold. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 5.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Defense.
Back to throw. Light. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They'll run on first down. Gold, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, Gold. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check Mike 11. Check Mike 11.
Ready?
From the gun, Herbert. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Protein spill. Hey, exit. Come on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Gator. Go. Hey, Haywood.
Hey, check Mike 11. Check Mike 11. Hey, I'm coming. Hey, check Mike 11. Check Mike.
Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
X3, 218, chopper. 5.
2nd and 5. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
At the 21-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you.
Hey, Zoo.
Second and 9 now. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On first down, Conley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, orbit.
Check safety.
John.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Recon, 132 fighter. Down.
On second down now, Conley. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Set, ready, 60 or.
Mike, in your face.
Hey, high 7.
Cut. Mike,
Ready.
To throw on third down, Herbert. And that will be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Hurry.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Here we go. Mike 4, on the arm.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Mike 52. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Check nine.
Get it.
They'll run on first down. Gold. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Hey, wahoo! Yo, go!
Man, I got you.
Five.
Operating from the gun. Light. This will be caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Ready up.
Choose the mark, boy. 52. Yo.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal.
Watch the pass.
You draw quarters.
And they give this time to the tailback. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, echo. Hey!
Hey, check Mike
61, matchbox light.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Hey, check.
Hey, Foxtrot.
I got it. Hey, Check Mike 11. Check Mike 11.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On 1st and 10, Light finding a safety valve here. That's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Check. Ready.
On 2nd down, Gold. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Let's go.
Hey, Mike 51.
From the gun, Light. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Matt Patricia here on 4th down, sending out the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
6-6, pull it high.
Watch the safety creep.
Go.
Looking to throw. Light. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Let's go one more.
5.
Back to throw. Light. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
Okay, ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Let's set a tone. Hey, switch gears.
Protein spill. Hey, Alpha.
Throwing again. Herbert. He's got Smith here. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Hey, Charlie.
Check Mike 11. Check Mike 11. Here we go.
Hey.
It's just me and you. It's just me.
Big grip.
On first down, Herbert. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Come on now, let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Light. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Number 2. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the 41-yard line.
Set up. 8 read. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Quick the edge. Come.
Ready.
On second down now. Gold. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. From the gun, Light. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 26. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it in. 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Down.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Mike 4, they can't hang with us.
Look at me. Zipper. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. We ain't giving them nothing today.
Mike 4. Here we go, here we go.
Let's go.
Throwing after the interception. Herbert. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check that.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Pilot, 64, weak. Go.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Hey, exit. Lead rip, lead rip.
Off the play fake. Herbert. Looking deep now for McCoy. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Hey, Hayward, go.
Mike 4. I got him. Mike 4.
Hey, Zoo. Hit it.
They're going to try and throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Looking to throw. Light. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. So the first play of the drive, they strike through the air and score.
A lot of coaches like change of possession as a time to go ahead and strike, and that's what we saw there. Ball turned over, first play, right to the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
Back to throw. Herbert escaping the pressure right. On the run. He'll got his man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off play action. Herbert. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Greystone, travel. Get it.
2nd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Yep. Go. Hey, orbit.
Mark 4. Let's go. Check 52. Check. Crunch.
5.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
49, check 49, check 49. Hey, Sam off.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down.
Out of bounds at the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Looking to throw. Herbert throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Vikings on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hey, high 7.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. 3 buzz, 3 buzz. Check your hot read.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
That'll be taken in the end zone. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. 22 yards there, a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Back to the air on second down. Light. The kidder here, it's complete. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Come on,
from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Get it.
Operating from the gun. Light. And he's got his man on the out route.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
The Lions on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Light. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. On 4th down, Light. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
Got it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Topper!
Hey, check Mike 11, check Mike 11. I'm on. Check 26, check 26.
6-6, bullet high.
Out.
Speed grip.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Defense wins championships, baby.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Light. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Ready.
On 4th down, Light. And this is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Ready.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11.
Go. Now. Shoot.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. It's caught. Baldwin. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Herbert. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Mike Zimmer's made his decision, and that decision is to try and go for this thing on 4th down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
Hey, check Mike, let's go.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried the fake extra point, but nothing comes of it.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Good.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Well, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for Detroit, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburghs.